Alright, so after Live Free or Die Hard or Die Hard 4.0 being PG-13, the fans pushed and they got a new rated R Die Hard movie. And as Linkin Park once said, in the end, it doesn't even matter. A Good Day to Die Hard. Or Die Hard 5 for people keeping count of the numbers. Alright, so A Good Day to Die Hard takes place in Russia and it deals with John McClane's kid Jack. And Jack's in a little bit of trouble, so John McClane goes to help him out, and now we have father-son bonding movie with Die Hard guns and John McClane, who's not really John McClane, it's old Bruce Willis being old Bruce Willis. I really mean that too. 5 minutes into this movie I was like, where's John McClane? I see Bruce Willis, but where's McClane? John McClane's a character. Just because you have Bruce Willis on screen does not mean John McClane is on screen. So where was he? But I give it time. I was like, okay, maybe he's a little perplexed on the situation. Let's see where this goes. 20 minutes into the movie, I was like, where is John McClane? It was depressing as shit. I was thinking back to what I know John McClane to be. He's a burnout, he's a drunk, he's a good cop, he's determined, he's a sarcastic bastard who will talk shit to his last breath. John McClane. And I imagine you can make the case, hey, John McClane's old now. He's not gonna be like younger John McClane. But that's simply a case in point as to why this movie should not happen. We shouldn't see old, broken down, not John McClane on screen any more than we should see a Friends reunion episode. You know the show Friends? There should never be a reunion episode because Friends is all about a phase in time. They are who they're supposed to be as the show was aired. No one wants to see Monica and Chandler married for 10 years with 10-year-old kids any more than they want to see John McClane not be John McClane because he's old. You see my point? So looking into the plot, these Russian baddies are doing their Russian baddie things and John McClane and his kid are gonna stop him. His kid is boring as hell. He didn't click with me. He has daddy issues with John McClane, which was annoying as shit. He kept bringing that shit up. He's like, you never hugged me. Yeah, like you were ever there for me. You shoot like a G.I. Joe. You never bought me a G.I. Joe when I was a kid. He didn't say that, but I'm just saying it got about that annoying. It's like, shut up, dude. We get it. You have daddy issues. You're doing CIA spy shit. Do that. Bruce Willis and this guy who plays his kid, shitty chemistry on screen. At least Lucy in the last movie was cool, and that brings up a point on the last movie. Live Free or Die Hard. I'm telling you, A Good Day to Die Hard makes Live Free or Die Hard or Die Hard 4.0 look like Die Hard with a Vengeance. I'm serious. If you ever griped about Live Free or Die Hard, watch this movie and you'll be like, oh, Live Free or Die Hard's just not that bad at all. In fact, it's a legit Die Hard movie. I think that's why this movie was made. I think fans were like, this doesn't feel like a Die Hard movie. It's PG-13. Come on. Then the studio was like, all right, make a cliched, shitty action movie, call it a Die Hard movie, and then the fans will look back on Live Free or Die Hard as that one that's actually pretty awesome. Yeah, A Good Day to Die Hard does have cool action in that over-the-top kind of way. Like the first chase in this movie lasts like 15 solid minutes, and you swear to God mode is on. These people get in these cars, they wirelessly link their phone to the radio, they type in the supersonic code from Sonic the Hedgehog 2. They're just going down the road, hitting cars. Cars are just flying, turning into debris midair. It's absurd. I mean, it is entertaining. I would be lying if I said I was not entertained while it was happening. In that really mindless action kind of way. Then it goes on for a while, you're like, okay, all right. Let's get to a plot. Also, the villain. Who is the villain in this movie? Every Die Hard movie had a villain, a definitive villain where you're like, that guy is going up against McClane. That guy's going up against McClane. All the villains in all the movies do stand out in my mind. This one, just Russian baddies doing Russian baddie things. I will never remember the villain in this movie. Ever. And although I'm really bitching about the fact that this didn't feel like a Die Hard movie and it was a shitty Die Hard movie and John McClane was nowhere on screen ever, that's not what makes the movie terrible. What makes the movie terrible is the fact that it's nonsense. Bad guys are doing bad guy things and big actions happening that doesn't make any sense. And then bad guys need to be stopped, so that's what we're here to do. If someone held a gun to my head and was like, recite the plot of A Good Day to Die Hard, I'd be like, pull the trigger, I can't. I just don't want to waste anyone's time. You're free to waste a bullet though. So given the fun action sequences that I was like, oh yeah, mindless fun, I will say A Good Day to Die Hard had fun action, but you're not gonna remember it in T-minus 10 minutes. Yep, already forgot. Don't see this as a Die Hard movie. See it for what it is. A shitty movie directed by the guy who directed Max Payne in the remake of The Omen and written by the guy who wrote X-Men Origins Wolverine. That's what this is. So what do you guys think? I'm curious. I don't know if you've seen this movie yet. I don't know if you're going to. But do you think Die Hard can be salvaged, or you think they should just cut it off right now and be like, nope, it had its run, it's done? Whatever you think, comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like what you've seen here and you want to see more, click right here to see more.